Is this beyond a joke? Professionalism from certain players. You look at Aubameyang as well, before he left Dortmund, skipping team meetings. Is that a thing of the past?
I don't think it happens as much nowadays. I mean, I remember being in dressing rooms sort of when the window came up, players walking around singing, please release me, let me go, causing one or two problems, desperate to get away. But if it doesn't happen, you've got to take it on the chin. We've seen, David De Gea, Sanchez didn't happen for him in the last transfer window. Sometimes it doesn't happen. And nowadays, it's not Claude Puel's fault. In the past, it would have been when me and Parks were playing, and you had a grievance with the manager, and you could understand it a little bit. Now it's a sporting director or it's the owner that have dealt with it. And I think his teammates have taken exception to it. He's clearly not turned up for a few training sessions. He's tried to force a move. It hasn't happened. And then rather than just say, OK, get on with it, I'll play very, very well to the end of the season and then make sure that I get a move. His teammates going, well, look, we want to do well. We need you.
Yeah, but that's the bit that upsets me. When people talk to me about this, I turn around and say, player's got a problem. There was one player when I was at United who had issues, and he was ostracised in the end by us, the players, because he had his problem but with the boss. But you think to yourself, don't get us involved in it. Don't keep moaning to us about it. Your problem's there, just do your job. And I think Mahrez, first and foremost, yes, he wants to move, wants to go to Man City, he wants to be at a big club. He thinks he's earned the right to do that. But if it doesn't work out, don't go missing in training, because that means you're letting down your mates, your teammates. Don't let your teammates down, because it's not, when you play a game of football, you start with 11 men. So those other 10 out there will be all fighting together.
He might be one of Leicester's best players, but he's not magnificent, is he? He had one brilliant season, and then we've seen glimpses of him being great. It's not like he's guaranteed to get a massive move. So if he just chucks the towel in between now and the end of the season, there's no guarantee that Man City are going to go, oh, OK, we'll take you.
Is he good enough for Manchester City?
Well, and that's what I mean. It's not like Sanchez would have gone anywhere. If Sanchez hadn't have got his move to Manchester United or wherever, someone would, because he's done it season after season after season. Mahrez is not that good. He's probably not as good as he thinks he is.
He was a stopgap, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's not as good.
He was going there as a stopgap
at the moment.
This is him this season. I mean, there must be something there for teams like...
Yeah, he's got talent, without a doubt.
Yeah, but on the other side of it, you see what Guardiola's done. Guardiola is virtually not interested. Did Guardiola in the end decide, I'm not really going to pursue it because of the way he reacted?
Pep thought about getting rid of Sergio Aguero. One of the best strikers the Premier League's ever seen. His record is phenomenal. And if he's not good enough, and he doesn't put the work in, what's he now thinking of Riyad Mahrez? If he's hearing all these rumours that he's not doing this, not doing that. I think it's great from the manager. He's put him on the bench. Means he's got to warm up in front of his fans.
Yeah.
All that. He's got to take a little bit of stick. So I think it's a little bit, fine. If you don't want to do it, then you deal with the fans.
I do like that, because it would have been easy for him just to leave him out. Everyone going, yeah, you're right, you don't want him out. No, tough. You've done that. You've tried to make the club look stupid by forcing their arm and what they're doing. No, we haven't allowed that to happen. But you're going to go and jog in front of your fans. You're going to have Man City fans who are going to give you a bit of stick as well because of the way it works out. So he deserves it.
But just to be devil's advocate here, shouldn't Leicester City, as well as a football club, take some responsibility for this situation? If they sell him for big money, they'll be willing to take it. So they can't just keep blaming Riyad Mahrez, who is being treated like a commodity.
But why not? He signed a contract. So when you sign a contract, you're agreeing to be there for 5 years.
Correct.
Unless you've put a buyout clause in your contract, you've signed up. You've taken that £100,000 a week. You're happy with that for 5 years. That's your contract. That's why players are prepared to let their contracts run down. Leicester have no right to... They don't have to sell him. There's no reason. There's no buyout clause. There's no trigger point in his contract. So if they say, no, we signed you for this, you were happy when you signed it. If you weren't happy, don't sign it in the first place.
I mean, that was so basic what Danny said there, but it's absolutely spot on. Everything he said, it's not complicated, it's actual fact.
If you signed a 5-year deal with Astro, and then a year in, you said, oh, I don't want to do it, and didn't turn up for work, you'd get fired.
That's true.
You can't get fired as a player. So you've got to take some responsibility for yourself. So when I say, yes, I'll have all the money, well, then you've got to put in performances.
But if you are a football club and if you had a player like Mahrez who's wanted to leave the club on several occasions, would you really want him in your team, in your squad?
No, you're not really going to trust him in certain ways, but the one thing he's got is that he can win you a game. He can get you a win bonus he can make you look better as a team and put you in positions which you, like, obviously, he helped win Leicester the league. So you'd accept that, but at the end of the day, I just think you've got a little bit of doubt and no trust about him, especially if he's walking around with a miserable face and every time he sees the boss and having a little snide comments about him. You don't want anyone around
and also,
like that.
From Leicester's point of view, they've got to replace him.
Yeah.
So they've got to get in, and in this day and age, the amount of money going round, I think so. City bid 40 million. They went, it's not enough. Whatever. Fine. If it's not enough, it's not enough. Simple. And City went, it's too much for us. We don't want him. Well, sorry, Riyad. Then you're not that good, are you? Because if you were, they would break the bank for you.